Good evening. I'm Stanford Howard with the AGP Sportscast. The Guyana Hockey Board has submitted a proposal to use the vacant plot of land west of the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall to construct an AstroTurf hockey facility. Here is Calvin with the details.
2 years ago, the presidents of the International Hockey Federation, Leandro Negre, and the Pan American Hockey Federation, Alberto Budisky, paid courtesy calls on the Guyana Olympic Association and the Ministry of Sport, along with the Guyana Hockey Board representatives, seeking to ensure Guyana came in line with other federations around the world to have an artificial pitch for the sport by pledging substantial funding for such, once land is provided. Now, plans for Guyana to have its very first AstroTurf hockey facility are moving along as the Guyana Hockey Board has submitted a proposal to the National Sports Commission to use the vacant plot of land west of the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall to house the facility. That proposal will be subsequently forwarded to the Minister of State, Joseph Harmon, who will have final meetings with Hockey Board officials. Director of the National Sports Commission, Chris Jones, is confident of a successful meeting.
But essentially, what they would have indicated to me is that their international body, once land has been allocated to them, their international body is prepared to fund such a facility. I can't see us as a sports commission or as a government not grasping that opportunity. Essentially, it's just identify the land space and the international body is going to put that down.
Guyana Hockey Board head Philip Fernandes stated some of the immediate benefits of having the proposed plot of land on Homestretch Avenue approved for hockey development.
Well, first of all, we're very excited at the opportunity because it's a great location for hockey. Being near to the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall affords us the use of a parking lot right away. It affords us the use of dressing rooms and this sort of thing. So it is a good location where we could possibly lay down a turf and save ourselves the initial expenditure of all the dressing rooms and the other facilities that need to be built.
Fernandes stated the projected cost of the project, which will be part funded by the parent hockey associations.
In the past, we have had promises of 50,000 US, 60,000 US, that sort of ballpark figure. Those particular promises I would expect to have expired, but whenever this comes to pass, I am sure we will get support, and I expect it to be at least in that range, which would be about half the project. Yes, and therefore we'd have to find the other half ourselves.
The National Sports Commission's come true on its promise to support the two national sprinters scouted by Monroe's College in the U.S. More on this by Colwyn Abrams.
The two athletes were Nasa Rogers and Claudice McCoy. The sum of $230,000 was handed over to the parents of the athletes. Speaking to the press was Christopher Jones, the National Director of Sports. He explained of the 12 athletes who represented Guyana exceptionally at the recently held Caribbean Games, they were all granted full scholarships from the government to attend the University of Guyana. With the two athletes now afforded the opportunity of overseas scholarships, government will remain committed to the financial promise made to the athletes. He further explained the terms of the agreement to the athletes.
As stipulated in the agreement, however, if for some reason they fail to complete their studies at Monroe College, the payments will cease. If thereafter they pursue studies at the University of Guyana, the balance will continue. So it is an almost guaranteed that the Sports Commission, by extension the government of Guyana, is guaranteeing them payment of the full amount, honoring that agreement that we would have made with them.
Rogers, who will major in criminal justice, expressed her appreciation to the NSC and government for their support.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to the National Sports Commission and Mr. Christopher Jones for his contribution made, and I'm very excited and happy to have this opportunity to go further my studies, and I promise to go and do my best and make Guyana proud and my family and the government of Guyana.
The two athletes will depart Guyana on August 18th. For the HGP Sports, Colwyn Abrams.
In athletics news, the 8 Boys and Jeffers Classic is slated for August 12th and 13th at the Mackenzie Sports Club in Linden. Among the overseas athletes set to take part are Julius Mutonga of Uganda, Grenada's Keisha Pascal, Ashton Gill, and Joanna Rogers of Trinidad and Tobago. Some 180 local athletes have already registered, and among the events carded are the 200 meters, 800 meters, and long jump for males, 200 meter and 800 meters for female. Among the clubs set to vie for the top prize of Guyana $1 million are Guyana Police Force, Guyana Defense Force, super and upcoming athletes, and Upper Demerara Track Club. The runner-up will receive $500,000, third place $300,000, and fourth place $200,000. Finally, Nightly News continues its Women Under 17 CONCACAF features. We tell you now that football is blooming in the indigenous regions through the talents of Sasha Rodriguez. Here is more. Football in the indigenous regions is blooming, but among male players. And as 15-year-old Sasha Rodriguez puts it, training among some of her more experienced female players has allowed her to grow as a player.
I'm getting better a lot. I'm learning a lot of things to get more better. Taking the ball, controlling more good, dribbling more good, and so.
Sasha, just like many of our female players, were inspired to play football by watching close relatives dominate the game. She wants to further enhance her skills to one day play professionally for Guyana.
The year I started playing and I love it. Yeah, and I joined the club. I am good and they put me in there and I started doing good, so I become their striker.
And if a career in football doesn't work out, Sasha has a plan to pursue studies in medicine. While still playing the game she fell in love with.